What's your vision for Schuylkill County? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Local Edition. With me this hour is Joanne Parulis. She's Executive Director of Schuylkill County's Vision. Thanks so much for being with us.
Sure. Thank you for inviting me.
Your organization has been in existence now for more than a decade, but talk to us about what you mean by the vision of your organization and what this vision means for the long-term growth and success of the county.
Okay. Well, our vision, our mission statement for vision is to build and grow a more vibrant Schuylkill County. Now, to do that, we need to look at the broad picture of how all of our organizations, how all of our businesses, how all of our communities interact. And in 1998, our community came together and through a series of town meetings wrote strategic plans for our community in the areas of education, economic development, quality of life, infrastructure, healthcare, arts and culture, and decided how we wanted to grow. Unless you look at the broad picture and think 10, 20 years out, it's hard to be proactive, you're reactive. So our goal is to be proactive and to assess the needs of our community and help those community leaders make decisions that they need to grow our community.
But by having this big picture approach, you need to focus in turn at the grassroots level. And what
Correct.
this means for individuals, for smaller communities throughout the county. Talk to us about some of the issues that you work to address and how you bring different stakeholders together.
Okay, we work on a wide variety of issues. Some of our most successful partnerships have been around the areas of healthcare and wellness. We get data from the Department of Health. We are a state health improvement partner with the Department of Health. So they analyze the data and send it to us. We work with healthcare providers and we say, for example, we have a high risk of diabetes in our community. What can we do on a grassroots level to affect that high risk of diabetes? So we've started Schuylkill on the Move, we call it. It's a series of walking groups and walking trails, and we try to get people out and moving, and especially those at risk for diabetes or have a family history of diabetes, so they don't get to that area where they're another statistic.
You're also working to integrate different stakeholders, different groups of people in order to move the community as a whole forward. Talk to us about one of these examples. It's called Block of Art. Really a great idea, but it may be transferable to other communities.
Correct. That's the whole idea. Block of Art started 3 years ago in downtown Pottsville with the idea of bringing local talented artists together and focusing on the artists, tying them into the business community and having an event in downtown Pottsville to bring more people into the community. On a grassroots level, we can't bring large businesses into a community or even small businesses into a community ourselves. But business leaders and business entrepreneurs are looking for a high quality of life, and that includes arts and culture. Block of Art was very successful. This is our 3rd year. We had over 69 zip codes of people from all throughout Schuylkill County and neighboring communities come into Schuylkill County. Businesses came on board. We had 12 different venues, and we built a model, and we're going to be able to use this model in other communities throughout Schuylkill County and in neighboring communities to grow our community.
That's just one example of some of the work you do, but talk to us a little bit about the relationship between education and workforce within the county.
That's a very good question. The education and workforce, when you talk to economic development leaders, they're saying it's very difficult to bring in big businesses because we might not have the skills in our current workforce. When we talk to education providers, they're saying, you know, we're losing our young people in our community because we don't have the jobs here. So we're looking at the idea of how can we get everybody around the same table and look at those issues on a broader picture. Economic development people, if you're talking 10, 20 years out of jobs that you're trying to attract to our community, what skills do we need to be looking at to train our workforce in right now? What's available and what skills are needed to start training our workforce, and to start at an early level. Start at third grade even, to say, okay, what kind of entrepreneurial skills, what kind of communication skills, what skills are transferable in any career?
We just have a very few seconds left, but you are working to build avenues of communication, including web-based communication.
Correct. We have www.schuylkillvision.com, which is a community web portal, we call it. It's a way for us to share the successes of what's happening in our community, but it's also a way to gain interest from the local community and feedback from the local community, so that can be used with our local community leaders.
All right, thank you so much. We've been talking with Joanne Parulis, Executive Director of Schuylkill County's Vision. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Local Edition.